organization of the Silkway Rally includes interaction of hundreds of services so that people from distant areas in Russia, Mongolia, China and other countries could have a new experience hosting a world-class event in small towns and different villages.
It
is so unusual and amusing to see all these cars and bikes and trucks going through our village. We never saw an event like this. And so many foreigners. We heard them speaking different languages, doing interviews. It's totally amazing. I've never seen anything like this before. Another story connected the race with Akyut-Tikha Middle School in Altai. They met in April for the first time, and now the Silkway Rally Association provided the school with 5 advanced portable computers and multifunctional devices for local kids. It happened in the spring when we were doing reconnaissance. April, everything was wet and muddy, our cars were struggling, and finally they got stuck in this mud. Local school helped us. They taught us, fed us, gave us beds and sausages. Oh gosh, those sausages, magnificent! So we decided to thank them. All that happened in school and we saw they got outdated computers in classes, so we bought them new ones. That's for kids, so they could study in better conditions. We'll give you pelmeni next time. Pelmeni with caviar? Alright. Luke Alfon, sporting director of the Silkway Rally, got really impressed of people from Altai and their hospitality. Alfon presented a Silkway Rally cap and a t-shirt to Makar, a local boy who is fond of racing.
Makar is the son of the people here in the finish, and we wanted to give him a present. You know, a t-shirt from Silkway and a cap. He's really happy, but he's a little bit shy to come with the TV. But we can say that every people, the start we had today with Altai Krai, Siberia, the atmosphere is great and people are so kind. So, spasiba Russia, spasiba Siberia, Altai Krai, spasiba.
The Silkway Rally Association is carrying out their humanitarian activities with a view to prevent and fight the coronavirus pandemic. The mission started with the delivery of express tests and PPE kits from China. This equipment was provided to the Ministry of Defense. In Omsk and Novosibirsk, all competitors and organization staff took compulsory PCR tests. As the results indicated, not a single person tested positive. In total, 2,830 samples were collected for PCR testing. The first ever Silkway Rally started in 2009. At that time, it was a race that connected Russia and Turkmenistan with Kazakhstan on the way. Presidents of all 3 countries participated in the award ceremony, which meant that the race was not only a sport event, but also a diplomatic instrument. In 2019, the Silkway Rally became a part of FIM Cross Country World Championship. Each year, the route of the race imitates one of the tracks of the original Silk Road that existed from 2nd century BCE till the 18th century. At first, there were only cars and trucks that took part in the Silkway Rally. But at some point, side-by-side vehicles have got extremely popular among teams and drivers. So in 2016, this type of vehicles got its own class, and now it is the most eagerly sought category in Gazprom Silkway Rally. This year, SSV were divided into 2 separate rankings, T3 and T4. 3 years later, a resembling story happened to motorcycles. In 2019, this class has got its own spot on the starting grid of the Silkway Rally. And now, it is a large-scale category with factory bike teams and a great deal of top-class riders. With years passing, the elder generation of drivers start to stand down for younger participants. But in the Silkway Rally, this process goes in a phased manner. At first, young sportsmen try themselves as co-drivers. and only after some races they take the steering wheel by themselves. This happened in 2019 when famous driver Martin van den Brink put his son Mitchell inside his truck as a co-driver. 2 years later, 18 years old Mitchell van den Brink starts a race behind the wheel of his own truck.
The first time it was a bit excited, but after some kilometers you feel yourself comfortable in the truck. I always feel myself comfortable when I'm driving with my father, but you have to trust on it, and when you're making some kilometers it's starting to be normal. It also helped me a lot that I have some experience with testing, with racing in the rally car.
Normally I know that he understands what he have to do, so we learn 7 summer rallies together in the truck. He knows don't go in the mud looking, tire pressure, whatever. You can always go to the right or to the left. So yeah, that's what I am trusting him.
And here's another story of parents and kids. Jean-Pierre Garcen is no stranger to the world of cross-country. For many years, he was a co-driver to famous Christian Lavielle, and in 2017 they finished second in the Silkway Rally. Soon after that, Garcen retired, and now he is working as Deputy Sporting Director of the Silkway Rally, together with his daughter.
I start in Moscow just for admin check, and the next year I come for the full race.
It's difficult. I prefer to do copilot, but it's funny. When we are on the place, it's funny.
The family setting of the race isn't limited to those who have real family ties with each other. When you live in a relatively closed space of a bivouac with the same people for more than a week, when you literally eat the same bread with them every day, you begin to treat them like your family, because together you've become a part of something big. As they say it, more than a race, more than adventure. These ties can become even closer when you find yourself in a small bivouac of a marathon stage, when there are no mechanics or journalists, just drivers and co-drivers left to themselves. The crews could fill it at the remote bivouac in Kosh Agach, next to Mongolian border. That bivouac was erected in a matter of hours, and everything turned out surprisingly good. You have to understand the mentality of Russians. They are different. They have a certain kind of proudness. If they smile at the first time, it's not good for them because it's a kind of weakness. It's a bit of a stereotype. Russians can be closed at first sight. But then, when the ice is broken, and we start working with them and become friends, well, it takes time to build a relation. And if I'm here for 6 years, that's because I trust people who I'm working with. The working method is different. The mentality is also different. The way of working as an organizer, how we're going to do this. This year we had very complicated rally. We had 24 hours to organize a bivouac in Kosh Agach. So, when you see the result, there is a kind of Russian miracle.
Kosh Agach, à la frontière mongole, sans rien. Et quand on voit le bivouac, il y a comme une sorte de miracle russe.
The Silkway Rally 2021 has truly become a Russian miracle. All the departments kept working on the top level in spite of uncertainty. And for one of the employees, it was truly special. Not only because it was the first race for this employee, but also because she just turned 18 and came to the Silkway Rally instead of a prom at school. This is Liza Arnautova, the daughter of the media director Lina Arnautova, who has been working for the Silkway Rally for many years. At some point, we urgently needed a person who could make an interview on the finish line of every stage. And that person had to know English, French and Russian at the same time. That's when I realized that my daughter is just the right choice for this job.
Читает эпизодические релизы.
For me, it all began a couple of years ago when my mom told me, "Oh, you're learning French, come to a race with me someday." It was a joke back then. But after that, she asked me to check her releases before the publication, and quickly I learned all the crews that are competing in cross-country. So I wanted to see the Silkway Rally on my own, and I asked her, but my mom kept saying, "No, it's too hard, just 4 hours to sleep," and so on and so forth. And this year they finally needed a person like me. That was a chance I couldn't neglect. A prom or Silkway Rally? The choice was obvious.
Ну, как-то так.
And what about a pregnant woman doing the whole cross-country race as a member of the organizing committee? That was the case of Anastasia Starostina.
Это был не первый триместр, не последний триместр.
I was in the middle of my pregnancy, nothing dangerous, and that was a period of time when it was important just to feel alright. The only thing was I had some unpleasant feelings during takeoffs and landings, so I flew in the cockpit. There is a folding seat there.
Вот есть место такое откидное.
We can hear hundreds of stories of this kind on the Silkway Rally. The reason is people coming here not just to work, but to feel alive, to meet their friends and to learn something about themselves, and to understand that if something bad happens there would be people who are eager to help.
Спортсмен никогда не узнает, что были проблемы.
The driver will never know if there were any problems, but that works only if the organizing team is doing well, and in that case nobody knows that there had been a slight delay or anything else. The team just gets together and do the right thing, because every one of us has one aim: to do a good race.
Сам за себя. А все наша цель сделать хорошую гонку.
Thousands of nationalities, thousands of kilometers on the road, thousands of days of preparation, thousands of families. This is the Silkway Rally, a race that was made as an adventure and continues as an adventure. It's more than a rally.